this is Elisa from Anaya's Toybox Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Thank you so much for coming. I do love showing off my makes, and I'm so glad you come week after week to see it. You can find me as Anaya's Toybox on Etsy, Ravelry, Instagram, and Facebook. So I make little clips of videos every day. Not this week, though. And I put them together. So this has been a very low crocheting week, so there isn't much to show, but I'm going to go and start showing you what I've made. See you in the next clip. Hello, my friends. It is Monday, and I thought I'd come in and show you what I've been doing. Here is the first thing. It is a basket. I made it with this base. This is the Hobie base from Hobie. I didn't really like it once I got it, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I decided I'm going to make a basket. So this is like my typical basket where I hold scraps. And when I say scraps, I mean they're scraps. They're like balls this big, maybe this big. And I hold it with a color that I'm going to have run through the whole thing, which in this case is black. And I just work up my scraps. So this is the typical basket I made. It's smaller because, I don't know, this base is pretty small, so I didn't want to make it as tall as I usually do. So that is the first thing I worked on. I'll show you the next. I started a new dragon. Here it is. It is tiny. This is DK weight chenille type yarn that I got from Dollarama. It's called Knit It. And it's 100% polyester. It's a 100-gram ball. And I thought I could do it. I thought, okay, you know what? So what if I made 3 already? I can do it. I can make another one. My friends, I overestimated my ability. I cannot, like, so many of the same at the same time, like back to back is hard. I was able to do 3 because I was so focused on finishing the yarn, but now I am going to work on it. I am going to finish it. It's just like a drag now, instead of me being like, woo. And it used so little yarn. I have so much of this yarn left. This yarn is not a great yarn, by the way. I would not recommend it. If you look at the colors, there are spots where it's weird. And then the yarn itself has spaces where there is no more of the chenille and it's just thread. But anyways, I have it. I'm going to use it. And I'm not going to make another dragon with it. This is going to be the dragon I make with it. It is a tiny, tiny dragon, which I knew it would be. I'm using a 3.25 millimeter hook, which is a lot. Like, I usually use 3.25 millimeter hooks on worsted weight. These eyes are annoying me. Worsted weight yarn, and DK I use a 2.25 millimeter, but because this is chenille type, I'm not. So I made a mistake with the eyes. When I was working it up, it seemed fine. I put it in the first round of increases, but I should have put it in the second round because now it looks like it should be like this. But I mean, it's hard to fix this. Like, I would literally have to break the eyes to fix it. And these are all, like, I bought a packet of eyes. It's all one of a kind. There's no pair the same. So I didn't want to do that, so I'm just dealing with it. If you want to look at it from the side, it's okay. But from there, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too thick. Maybe I'm being too picky. But anyways, I still have, with this yarn, the legs to make. And then I pulled other DK yarn for... I'm going to make the wings with this. I've had this yarn forever. I would like to finish it. Not that the wings will take it too far. And I figured the horn and the spine could be this color. So those are the colors I pulled to go with that yarn. And I don't know when it's going to get finished. It'll get finished at some point. I mean, I'm not going to take too long to finish it, but it's going to get finished up at some point. Anyways, I got annoyed with it, so I decided I'm going to start working on a doll. I only got the arms done. I cut the wire a little too big, but that's okay. I'll be able to hide it in the head. The wires, like if this much is probably what I needed on top of the arms, but I have about an inch on either arm more than I need. But it's okay, I'll be able to hide it inside the doll's head. But that is what I've been working on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to go on a road trip. I'm not sure how much crochet I'm going to get done. If I don't get much done, I'm not going to do a video. But anyways, that's my thing. And I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Hello, my friends. It is Tuesday, and I thought I'd show you what I've been doing. I don't remember how much of the dragon I showed you, but I finished the legs, and part of me is tempted. I'm not sure if I'll do this, but tempted to just sew on the legs and call it a lizard. I'm pretty much done with this pattern. I don't want to work on it right now. But I'm still thinking about it. I have not decided. Part of me wants to just make the wings and the make the wings and the ears so I can use up some more of this yarn because I don't like this yarn. And I'd like to see it finished. So we'll see what happens. This I worked on last night after I filmed. And yeah, today we went to the nursing home where my in-laws are, and we went to visit them. It was a trip. Yeah. It's hard to see people deteriorate. Like, yes, all this time we've been focused on my mother-in-law because she's been here in front of us, and we've been seeing it happen in real life. But then we see my father-in-law. He's been in and out of hospitals for this past while. And it's like, oh my gosh, both of them. So I needed a project for the car. I didn't do too much car crochet after all. So I started on this. I started last night. I don't remember how much I got to last night. But I started this. This is the pineapple shawl from Fiber Spider. I did make it before. I wanted to make this with beads. I have plenty of beads from my bead weaving days, and I thought I'd find something that works with this, and I didn't. I thought I had some like white beads, like clear see-through beads that I could use, and I do, but if you know anything about beads, the ones I found are 12-0, and I would rather not use something that small because it would be, especially when I'm just learning how to bead stuff, it would be really hard to use a 12-0. I wanted a 6-0 preferably, but I would deal with an 8-0. But my 6-0s are not the right colors. My 8-0s are not the right colors either. So, by the way, in beading, like the smaller the number, the bigger the bead as far as seed beads go. Bigger beads are counted in millimeters, just like safety eyes. So that's according to the number. So 12 millimeters is a really, really big bead. But 6 millimeters, 8 millimeters, even 12 millimeters exist, and they're called by its measurement of how many millimeters it is. The seed beads are, like, there's even 15-0s. 15-0s are tiny. I have used them. I do have them, but they are tiny. You can't pick them up with your fingers. They're so small. 15-0, and then there's 12, which is a little bigger, which is mostly what I used when I was bead weaving. And then there's 8. I don't think I have any 10. I have 8 and 6, but none of these colors go with this. So this is probably not the one I'm going to do beading with, which is unfortunate because I chose this shawl because I loved it. I've made it before, and I thought it would look great with beads. I'll have to, I think I'm going to do another pineapple shawl, like the ones that's more of a wrap that goes straight instead of a triangle. And hopefully then, by the way, this is, let's see if I could get the whole thing on frame. This is how big it is. at the moment. I'm still at the beginning. I'm using this. I went off on this tangent about beads. Most of you probably don't even care. This is from Hobie. It was from those mystery packs. I got 4 of them. This is my last one from that particular mystery packet. The reason I didn't use this is because I used the green one first and I didn't have enough yarn. I felt like it was small. Then I used the blue ones. Again, not enough yarn. And I used my other 2-weight yarns, but because this is, you know, just 4 strands that are not weaved together, it makes a much lighter fabric than the weaved, you know, for 2 weights I have, which is all I have. Just those type of yarn. Yeah, 2 weights, like, you know, the Hobie 8-4 and Shepia's Katona, all of those made it heavier on one side and lighter on the side that this yarn was in. So I hesitated to use this, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll find something else to go with it if I need to. And if it's a little heavy, it's a little heavy. What can you do? Anyways, I will talk to you more tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So I have 2 more days of filming. So I'll talk to you more tomorrow. I've been really into this shawl today, so I'll probably be working on it a little bit more, and I'll show it to you tomorrow. Anyways, see you then. Bye. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, and I thought I'd show you what I've been doing today. I did mention yesterday when I showed you this that I was thinking about just putting the legs on and calling it a lizard, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm calling it a lizard. And so this is a finished project. It's done. The next thing I want to show you, because it took a really long time, I'm not going to show each individually except for this one because I just finished it. I didn't realize I had one that was partially made. All of this, I had like 5 of them weaved in. I weaved in the rest of them. It's done. And the last thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to pause. And the last thing is this pineapple stitch shawl that I'm working on. I was right here when I showed it to you yesterday. I'm using this ombre yarn. It's peaches fading into a darker peach because I'm working from the outside. But I don't think I'm going to. I chose to do from the light to dark because if I didn't have enough yarn, I was going to add orange to the bottom. But the way it's working up, it's very lacy, so I think I'm going to have enough yarn. Like this cake is going to be enough. So here it is. The reason I started working this was because I'm interested in making a pineapple stitch top. Now, I am perfectly willing, and I'm going to make another pineapple stitch shawl, but not shawl, wrap. I'm going to make another one, and I'm perfectly willing to work up the top in like half double crochets and then start the pineapples at, where? You know, like just do the top in half double crochets and then do the pineapple stitch after that. But I'm also interested in doing just like, you know, do the yoke in pineapple stitch too. So I thought this would teach me how to do the increases, and it does. And today I looked it up, and just 3 weeks ago, Fiber Spider showed how he would do it in the round by making a poncho. I am not interested in making ponchos, and I don't know if that tutorial will work for me. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not sure if it's going to work for my intentions, just because he's using worsted weight yarn, which is perfectly fine for him. I am trying to work through all my worsted weight yarn. I want to get most of it, maybe keep a little bit for amigurumi, but most of it I'd like to get out of my stash. It's one of the reasons why I'm making so many blankets, just so I could get it out of my stash. So I don't want to make a top, and plus a top in worsted weight yarn, to me, sounds torturous. It sounds like it'll be really hot and I would never use it. So my tops I have made have been mostly 3 weights. There is one that is a 2 weight, and I'm hoping to make the pineapple stitch out of I have 3 cakes of the same color of yarn art flower, and I want to make it with that. So it's yellows going into like turquoise to teal. I don't know if it goes to teal, but I was hoping to make it with that. So I'm not sure his poncho will work for me, but I'll see. I'm going to watch the video and see how he does his increases, and then I'll decide how I'm going to do the top, if I ever do the top. Right now it's still in my head. I'm thinking about doing it. That doesn't mean it's always, not everything I think about actually happens. But anyways, that's what I've been thinking about. Tomorrow I'm going to do my best to do a front-facing video. Why didn't I do one today? I don't know. I was too busy crocheting, and now it's dark, and my husband and my daughter are hanging out in the living room, and I don't want to stop them, so that's why I didn't do a front-facing video today. So hopefully tomorrow. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi everyone. It is Saturday. I was supposed to finish this video on Thursday, but Thursday life was lifing, and yesterday I wanted to use the living room to crochet to do film in, but it's US Open time. I didn't get a chance to do anything quietly in the living room, so I didn't end up showing you what I've been doing. So I'm going to show you. This has definitely been a low crochet week. I have been manically crocheting for a while for my mental health, and now that I don't need to do it so much for my mental health, I'm not doing it as much, not crocheting as much as I was, but I'm still crocheting. So I'll show you the pineapple stitch shawl. I added, where's the stitch marker? I added a couple of rows, maybe a little bit more than a couple of rows, maybe 3. That's how much I added to it. It is coming out. I do love the way it's turning out, and I do not regret starting from the light and going to the dark. It's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. This is how much I have left of the yarn. I don't think I'm going to need to add to it. I think this is going to be, all of this is going to make a good size shawl because it's already this big. So it'll be fine. I worked on that, and I worked on this. Not much. Like I said, I didn't do much. I am working on the doll. So I'm going to do a crochet wire video with the wires that I have. I'm not buying any wires for it. I already have a couple of them, same stuff, in my my YouTube channel. It's just I'm redoing it because the way I did that was awkward, and also I'm using the same pattern for every single one of them. So this one is the Harper pattern. They're not going to look the same because I'm putting different clothes on them, but instead of like separate clothes, I've decided I'm just doing it with color change, and so this is what I have so far. I already made 2, which I have shown previously. This is annoying me. So my yarn split right there. You can barely see it on camera, but you can see it in real life. My yarn split there, and I was watching TV, and I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't see it. And I just kept going, and then when I was like up here, after a bunch of color changes, around here, after 2 color changes, and working up so much of the leg itself, I noticed it, and I decided it's just gonna stay because you know what? That's what it is. Crochet, handmade is handmade. It means it's not always perfect. So that's what it's gonna stay like that, and I'm gonna work up the stuff. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. I have not worked with wire in a really long time. By the way, if you want to know how I put wire inside my dolls, I do have a video. I'll try to remember to link it down below, where I show how to put the wires in the dolls. I haven't done it in a very, very long time, and even though before, even though it was annoying, I was so committed to making the dolls. I didn't mind it even though it was annoying. This time, the legs would have been done. I would have been into the body if I didn't have wires. So I'm kind of not liking the wires anymore. I'm not as dedicated to doll making, I guess, as I used to be. And I talked to my husband and I said, hey, I think this is going to be the last doll I make with wire. By the way, if you ever get a doll with wire in it, don't think doing something like this will actually make an impact. You actually have to fold the doll to get the legs to change, to actually think. Doing it gently is not going to help you in any way. I just thought I'd just throw that in. But you can see how it folds nicely. You could put poses and everything on your doll. If you display your dolls, you know, you could do a pose. You could have her sit. Sitting, I'll go more into it when I actually do the video. Sitting is not, even though it has wire there, it's harder to make it sit. But I just made this. That's all I did. And that little bit of the shawl. I don't, you know, like usually when I have low crochet, I feel upset about it. I don't feel upset about it. I have been crocheting like crazy. Not like crazy. I mean, I enjoyed every moment of it for the most part. But I've been crocheting so much, and it's all about my mental health and I guess a bit of escapism from the situation I was in. And this is the second week, although at the beginning of the video is still the first week, of not having that stress in my life, and I'm just relaxing. And if relaxing means crocheting less, then that's what it means. So this video, I know the timing is kind of weird. I usually end it on Thursday, do the editing, put it up by Friday. But today's Saturday, and I'm just gonna roll with it. I don't anticipate I'm gonna get very much into crocheting next week because work starts again. I work at a school, and in New York, school starts in September. Both my kids are going back to school. I'm going back to school. So I'm not going to have as much time. And honestly, 3 and 4-year-olds are super exhausting. So I'm going to be tired when I come back. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done. But it is what it is. That's how life goes. You should do your love as long as you love it. As soon as it becomes a duty, then it becomes a little harder to do. And it's not a duty for me, and I'm happy with the amount I crocheted this week, and I have no regrets. And I'm sorry about the video, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. It's coming in late. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, and there's just a few clips. I didn't film that much this week. If you enjoyed this video, which I don't know if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, please subscribe. Bye.